Hi folks, welcome to N.10. I and Ayush have started this channel to bring to you financial concepts and financial news in just 10 minutes.
So after clearing final CA, we had a lot of enthusiasm to understand financial concepts and financial news. So continuing the same enthusiasm, we decided to bring out those financial concepts and financial news to you in just 10 minutes. So time for the first video.
So in part 1 we'll deal with two questions. What is the Fed and how Fed interest rate shapes the US economy? And in part 2 we'll deal with three questions. How Fed interest rates brings the US economy out of recession? Is recession around the corner for the US economy? And what should you do with your investments before recession hits India and during recession in India? So let's go ahead with part 1. What is the Federal Reserve? Federal Reserve is the central bank of the USA. Let's say if I and you require money, we go to the commercial banks. But what if the commercial banks themselves require money? They go to the Fed. What if there is lending between two commercial banks themselves? Who decides the rate? Fed will decide the rate. Who decides the interest rate for the whole economy? The Fed decides. Who prints the money in the US? The Fed prints. Who regulates all the banks and the financial institutions? Fed regulates. So in one sentence I can just say that Fed is the bank of all the banks. So let's now understand how Fed rates shape the US economy. Let's take a case where Fed reduces the interest rates. More spending, there will be more production, and in turn the GDP will increase. Now let's take a reverse case where the Fed increases the rate. Because the rates are increased, borrowing would be expensive. The commercial banks will not borrow much and in turn will not lend much. So the money supply in the whole economy reduces. So there is less of demand, less of production, inflation is reduced, and sometimes the GDP might also slow down a bit.